Tanya, may I ask you a quick question? How do you handle the issue with the commission for a business listing or the commercial listing? They ask you a discount.
After the deal's already put together?
No, before.
Before you have the rep agreement signed?
Yes, they ask you give them a discount.
It depends on the size of the deal. So if it makes sense, you know, I mean, there have been some conversations where I've just said, oh, you know what, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize you were looking for a discount broker.
Oh.
You know, and if you're looking for a discount broker, maybe this is not a good fit. But yeah, there are other times where if it's a larger listing, you know, if it's a $5 million, $6 million listing, maybe I will discount my fees because maybe that's okay.
Okay.
You know, or maybe I'll extend, maybe I'll say, you know what, we can do it one of two ways. We can do like a modified Lehman scale if you want to have a tiered, you know, commission thing, or if you want just a regular straight percentage, then I'll give it to you at you know, I'll do it at this fee. So yeah, but it just depends on the people involved and the listing and whether you want it or not. So but on smaller stuff, yeah, you know, on smaller stuff, if somebody says, oh, well, you know, I want you to do this at 6%, it's like, oh, well, I'm not a residential real estate agent, but I'm sure you can find one to sell your business for you if that's what you really want. You know, or to try and sell your business because it's probably not going to be very effective.
Yeah, thank you.
If you don't mind me asking, out of curiosity, what is the typical percentage that you would charge?
Again, it depends on the listing. But I mean, I can say, you know, we're not really supposed to talk about fees and things like that for legal reasons, but most of the time your business brokerage fees are going to range between 10 and 15% on your, you know, typical Main Street and maybe some of the lower middle market. When you get up past the $5 million mark, or even, you know, 3 to 5 and up, then maybe you're dropping the percentage down from the 10 to 15 range, maybe down to, you know, 8 to 10 to 12 range. So it just depends.
Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure. And then for those of you, so Lehman Brothers, you know, in investment banking, there's this thing called a Lehman scale, and the Lehman scale is 5% of the first million and 4% of the next million, 3% of the next million, 2% of the next million. So it tiers down every million. And investment bankers do that. And then you know, they might, then I think it's either 2% at everything, you know, past that point, or maybe they might even drop down to 1%, depending on the investment banker. Understand that as brokers, as business brokers, you know, investment bankers are a little different. They have securities licenses. They usually take an advance fee. They might take $100,000 up front, and then they have monthly retainers. So, you know, they might be getting paid $5,000 to $10,000 a month while they're marketing the business and doing what they do. As business brokers versus investment bankers, we don't have that luxury of taking advance fees depending on what state you're in. And we aren't allowed to take retainers, or I'm sorry, to have monthly fees either. We're basically success fee driven. So when I talk about a modified Lehman scale, basically it's pretty much double, or actually it's not even. The modified Lehman that I use is like 10% of the first million, 9% of the next million, 8% of the next, 7% of the next, and then 6% of everything after that. So it's, you know, it's tiered like that Lehman scale is, but it doesn't start at 5, it starts up at 10. But you know, I've seen I've seen other modified Lehman where they have, 12% of the first, 10% of the next, 8% of the next, 6% of the next, and they step down 2% at a time. I don't really understand why, but I've seen it done. There's also, there's all kinds of different things out there. At the end of the day, what it boils down to is, commissions are negotiable.
Mm.
So they're always negotiable. And you need to figure out what structure is going to work for you and given the client that's involved in it, and see if you can make a deal with them before you start working.
And will that apply also for the commercial as well?
I don't think
Yeah.
I've never seen Lehman done on commercial. No,
No, yeah,
the commercial I think is just
different.
yeah.